Okay, I just want to make sure everything is going well. Let's see if people get on real quick, and then we're going to jump right into virtual real estate investing. All right. Well, I don't want to wait too long in case people are waiting for the replay. Um, so we're going to jump right into virtual real estate investing. I know that's a really hot topic right now, and this has been a hot topic due to COVID, but also before. So a little bit about me, so you know a little bit about my credentials and all of that is I started in real estate over 5 years ago. I got into it for a way to make money and also a new career, and then I went into wholesaling was my strategy of choice. And the reason I chose wholesaling was because I had no money and I didn't have the capital or the experience to really do buy and hold or fix and flip. And so one of the things that I recommend is if you're new to investing, you don't have the capital, even if you're interested in fix and flip and buy and hold, and yeah, you can get started with creative financing. I always tell people to start with wholesaling. You learn a lot about the business and all of that. But we're talking about virtual real estate. So when I started investing in as a wholesaler, I had to do it virtually, mainly because I was working full time. I am a single mom and still am. And so I was a newly single mom then. And so, with that being said, I had to come up with ideas and ways in a business that I could do from my home. I also lived in Miami, and if anyone knows Miami, that traffic is insane. I'm not about that life. And so, I wasn't going to have to worry about traffic and having to run to the different homes and all of that. So, even though I started investing in Miami first, I did it virtually, and then within a couple of years, I branched out to St. Louis. And the reason I chose St. Louis is that's just where I'm from, and that's where Laura, my mother, built most of her career as an investor, was in St. Louis. And so one time I went back, and I was like, why aren't we investing here anymore? And I jumped right back in. And then my third market is the St. Petersburg, Tampa area. That kind of just happened. And a lady approached me at a luncheon, and our parents were getting taken advantage of, and she wanted to see if I would sell their house. And I was able to, from that conversation to sold, it was closed in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was probably the quickest closing I've ever had for a brand new city with no buyers. And so I actually went to the area. This is the one and only house I saw in person. I went to that area and I drove around and realized it was a great place to wholesale, and I opened up my third market. With that being said, I've never really seen a single property that I have wholesaled, besides if I went drive for dollars and I saw the outside for 0.5 seconds. Other than that, I've never seen a single property that I've ever wholesaled in the last 5.5 years. I built my business virtually. I started with just me doing all the deals because I didn't have the money to hire out. And then I started delegating out. Now, as far as fix and flip and buy and hold, you can do this virtually, believe it or not. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but we did have a student that bought 21 homes and fixed them up and then rented them out. She did 20 fixes, and the other one was ready to go. So it is really possible. It's all about the different topics we're going to go over today and hiring out those people to help your business grow virtually. Because if you're going to do it virtually, you are going to need some kind of boots on the ground and to be able to make this happen. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a cousin, whether it's a real estate agent, a friend, it has to obviously be someone you trust that can be your boots on the ground there. If you know no one, but you really want to start investing virtually, then what I do recommend actually is finding an agent, doing word of mouth, or going into Bigger Pockets, or starting to call and see if anyone is willing to work with you for a fee. I mean, even my own family that does random errands for me in St. Louis, I still pay them. It's what's right. And so that's my recommendation. The first thing is the boots on the ground. Now, I'm not going to go through the different steps of real estate investing. We actually have a free ebook on our website for that, so I'm not going to dive in deeper on that. I'm just going to tell you that basically the only difference between those steps and in person is you have someone. Can I help you? Can I help you? My dog is going crazy. Hold on one second. Go. Okay. Sorry about that. So the one thing, the difference is that you have somebody there that's a boots on the ground and someone you trust. So when you have somebody you trust that can do the things that you would normally do if you were local, it helps. And so I have a couple of recommendations of who I hire out. But starting a virtual business, the first thing is first is you need someone on your team that can help you run the day-to-day work. Day-to-day work means skip tracing or calling or texting or pulling leads or finding leads or anything like that. And so when you do that, I hire VAs. I have 2 VAs that work for me, and they pretty much run my business. With the help, obviously I'm the lead, but then they run my business. So they are the ones pulling lists, they're skip tracing, they're calling, they're texting, they're following up, they're sending contracts over, they're doing all this. I close 6+ deals a month. I only work maybe an hour to 2, maybe 3 hours a week on my real estate business, and that's more just keeping them all in line, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, having daily check-ins and meetings with them, and all of that. But it built up to that. So if you're new, just know that eventually you can get to that point. But in the beginning, you want to do everything yourself because you want to know how your business will be ran, how it works, and also so your VAs can't say, well, this doesn't work. And you're like, but it does because I've done it. I've done it multiple times. And so my VAs know that they can never tell me something doesn't work because I'll go in and test it myself and it works. And I'm like, no, it works. So the first people you will hire out is a VA after your boots on the ground. So you will have someone that can be your boots on the ground, and you will talk about a percentage or a flat fee of what you would pay them depending on, what deals go to closing and all of that. Then I get the VA and they do my day-to-day stuff. They could keep that like tedious work that you really do not want to do. I have a few tools I use, and I could put them in the comments, and that I use to make life a little easier. And then I also use Podio to keep track of all my CRM, and my VA knows how to run that and utilize that and keep it clean. Then I go into, you can have like outbound callers, your cold callers, they can call and keep up with your leads, texting and all of that. And then you want someone eventually to run your social media for you to network and connect, to find buyers, to find lenders, to promote your properties. And then you would take on different people to go get photos. We have companies that will go and take photos and videos of the inside and the out of the house and all the pictures we could possibly need, especially the systems and all of that. Then you'll have somebody that maybe has to go there and show the properties for you. Maybe it's people that cannot understand how to sign electronically, whether they're elderly or have no access to internet. And maybe your person, your boots on the ground, will have to run over there to sign contracts with your buyers and sellers. If you are doing buy and hold, you're going to want property managers, especially if you're not in the area and you can't do that yourself. And you're going to want project managers. Now, how I come across all these different types of people is word of mouth. So I go for referrals, I interview people. Sometimes I may even fly to the city and meet them. Because I need to get my own vibes on them because I trust my gut instinct more than anything else. And so I would just go through that type of stuff, or you can do Zoom interviews, whatever you're comfortable with going on. But that's how you bring it virtual. If for someone that's new, that may seem very overwhelming. So just start with a boots on the ground, because regardless of what you're doing, if you're doing it virtual, you're going to need someone eventually. You may get through a few deals where you won't need somebody, but after that, you're going to need somebody eventually that can do contracts and show the property and all of that. Now, when I've done a few deals, like I did a deal in Philadelphia, I've done deals in Pittsburgh, Chicago, Orlando. Luckily, those were all vacant homes, and the owner just put a lockbox on there, so I didn't even need someone to show the property. You do get lucky like that, but it's not as common, and so you want somebody there, anybody. And so usually a lot of our students, when they start doing wholesaling and they decide I want to do this virtually, they pick a town where they already have a family member or something in there, and they go into some kind of agreement with their family member. I'm trying to see, I'm not seeing that any comments are coming through to see if anyone has any questions. So let me try and pull it up on my phone just to be safe that I'm not missing any questions. If you do have questions, you are welcome to, you have to make sure the video is open and you're not just watching it through the group if you're watching through the group. But I don't think I see. Okay, I don't see any questions, so I'm going to, if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to comment below. I hope this was just a little helpful. I just wanted to make it a really short live, not take much of your day, give you some pointers on virtual, but you're welcome to ask questions in the comment below and I'll answer them as I can. We do offer mentorship on investing and even virtually. That's actually what we started focusing on because of COVID. So all of our students had to bring their business virtual overnight, where I had been already doing it for 5 years. So it was very easy for me to tell them how to transfer in. So I'm here if you guys need any help, any questions, you're welcome to PM me and we can talk as well. But that's a little bit on the virtual side. I did have a post below, if you go on a post below on this page, where I did talk about, you know, giving you guys the free ebook to investing. So do keep that in mind. There is a free ebook there. You just have to comment virtual below and we will get that to you. All right, so I hope this was helpful and enjoy your guys' weekend. Bye.